Hey, welcome to my channel. It has been a little over 2 years since I did my liposuction surgery, so I wanted to share some updates with you after more time has gone by. I have another video where I shared my full experience on my lipo. I show a lot of pictures and everything else. I will link that below and also up here for you if you want to see the last one. But in this video, I'm just going to give you an update on what we're working with now. So let's get into it. For a little recap, all of the areas that I did a lot. I did the backs of my arms, my bra fat, flank area, my abdomen, my inner and outer thighs, and my hips. So basically everything you could do, I did. And it was way too much to do all in one surgery. I definitely learned my lesson. It was extremely painful, especially doing your arms and your abs because you have no strength to move. But if you want the full video, again, I'll link that here for you. I just didn't know better, and I mean, it is what it is. And then I ended up doing a revision lipo on some of the areas. So like my back fat, my abdomen, my outer thighs, because some of the areas looked no different and some of the areas actually looked worse. So I've had 2 liposuction surgeries, and it was a very long emotional recovery, but honestly, I don't regret it, and I am happy with most of the results. I mean, would I go back and change it? No, I'm so glad that I got liposuction. I just think that there are some areas that are lumpy and bumpy now, but I do like how a lot of the areas are smaller. They look better in clothes. My clothing size didn't change at all. So I was a 29 before, still a size 29, large, medium, and tops. I mean, really nothing like that changed, but things fit differently. So I am happy about that. I do feel like it sucked in some areas. I did used to get cellulite on my outer thighs when I would sit, and I don't really have that anymore. I do, it's like different. It's like loose skin cellulite, but it's not like rippling cellulite. And then, I mean, yeah, some areas are a little bit more lumpy than they were before, but I was never really that person that was extremely comfortable in my body. I would run around in a bathing suit or a bikini. That's just not me. So really my lifestyle hasn't changed that much. The clothes that I choose to wear haven't changed that much. I just find that the clothes I do wear and feel comfortable in fit me a little bit differently, and I like how I look. So what I'm gonna do is just go through all of the areas and explain my thoughts on what I like. Okay, so it's 2-year update, and I feel like some things have changed and gotten better, but not everything. So let's start with my arms. I find that they tone up easier, which I love. I feel like I have muscle definition. I do work out, and before when I would work out like crazy, I would never show any muscle definition, and now I do. There are some areas that are weird, like on the back of my arms. I feel like there's a weird indent where my tricep is, but if you didn't know I had lipo, you would just think that was the way my muscle was shaped. So it doesn't look bad. It just look like I can see it, but you would probably never notice. And then of course I do have those little tiny scars, but they really don't bother me that much. And then another thing that's weird is I have this like loose skin right here on my armpit. So sometimes if it catches, there's like a chunk of skin that pulls forward. I don't know if that just happens with age or if that's from the lipo, but that's there now. My arms I'm actually pretty happy with. I feel like you wouldn't know I did anything to my arms, except sometimes I do get this weird indent on the back, like where my triceps are. And then same thing here, where I thought that it would make this area skinnier, like on the back of my arms when I was just resting, but it really doesn't look any different. So back fat, I feel like that was the biggest waste because they sucked out the fat, but now it's loose skin. So I do still have that fat roll on my back. Even if it's less fat, there's still a roll there. So I don't really like to wear open back things, but I just don't like how you can see the back rolls. And I feel like my back is in the best shape it's ever been in. I'm doing this workout called Legree, and these things will not go away. So I often wonder if I didn't get lipo there, if these would have toned up better than now that it's like loose skin that I'm dealing with. I would say avoid doing your back. Abs are probably my biggest regret because I have loose skin there now. So even when I'm like really skinny and toned, I still have this roll that hangs over my pants, and it's not like a fat roll, it's like loose skin roll. And I mentioned that in the last video too. Also around my belly button, there's like this donut thing that it's like a donut of fat. And I know why the surgeon did it is because he said that you will get loose skin on your stomach and you can never really control, like you're gonna have a droopy belly button. And if you have kids, it just turns into this big mess. And so he wanted to leave some fat there. But what's frustrating is that's the area where if I gain or lose weight, it really just focuses right on my belly button, like right there. And that's new to me. I feel like my fat used to disperse all over my body more equally, and now it's just really focused on my abdomen. And then also I have this roll right under my bra. So like here's my bra, my ribs stick out, so they've always pushed that skin out a little bit anyways. But because I have that donut around my belly button, it really accentuated the abdomen roll above it. And then stomach, still have that more pronounced donut. And then the loose skin, again, still is there. So it's just disappointing. The left side still does stick out more than the right side. You might be able to see the donut more from the side, but it's like more flat, and then it kind of goes in and then out here. I also have those indents right on my hips where when I gain weight, it really accentuates the indent and like the scar where they went in and pulled the fat. When I first had the surgery done, that wasn't a problem, but I've noticed over the last couple months, it's really been worse. So I don't know if I've just gained more weight or if that's just how my body is continuing to recover from the lipo. My hips are interesting because my left one looks great and my right one doesn't. So it's like he pulled out fat too low. So you know where you have your underwear sit, like on your hip bone? Above that, he left fat, and below that, he left fat. So it's like I always constantly have a little muffin top right where my underwear goes. And it usually doesn't bother me. In some leggings, it's very obvious. And then also if I wear like a bodycon dress, one of those tight dresses, it really accentuates it. And the problem with that is even when I wear Spanx, the Spanx accentuate that area too. So right here, if you see, the right side still sticks out more than the left. And also up here on the hips, you can see there's just this big indent where he like cut too deep in right here. So I'm actually getting cool sculpting to see if that will smooth this area out. That's frustrating, especially because it also accentuates the outer thigh, where on the right side, it's like, here's my hip, so it goes out, and then there's the underwear indent, and then out where my outer thigh is, so it like highlights the saddlebag area, but my left side isn't as bad. My left side is weird because it's more lumpy and bumpy, and it is that way now. So when I wear jeans, you can't really see it at all. But if I'm wearing a bathing suit or a dress or something, it's like cellulite on my outer thigh. It's just like little ripples. And then my inner thighs, I would say avoid that area as well because I just have this loose chunk of skin. So like if this is my inner thighs, right here towards the top, I have this loose pocket of skin on both sides. The right side's worse, but I feel like even if I worked out as hard as I possibly could, I cannot get that skin to tighten. So I had that problem. I mentioned that before, but it's definitely still there. It doesn't bother me in clothes, but when I'm not wearing clothes, it bothers me. And then also when I gain weight, I find that my thighs rub and it irritates that area. But that happened before I got lipo too. It's just still there. The right thigh indent, so right here where it, like he went in and then it left all of this loose skin, but the right side was more prominent, and that's still there. Left side is also pretty prominent, and you can see that there's still loose skin here. And then this scar is still pretty bad. The other scars have really healed quite well. I would say if you're considering lipo, just do a ton of research on your surgeon. I had a lot of people comment on my last video and also email me and on Instagram and tell me that Miami surgeons are the best. So if you're considering lipo, maybe look in Miami. I mean, they really do a lot of like Brazilian butt lifts and liposuction, so they probably are very skilled. What I would look for is someone that can do skin tightening treatments along with your liposuction, because you pull out fat, you obviously don't pull out skin. it's gonna go somewhere, it's gonna droop. So unless they can do something inside where they tighten the skin back, or you can get some sort of skin tightening treatment, just be aware that you're gonna be left with loose skin after liposuction, and it's probably gonna frustrate you. I would also say go to the best surgeon you can find and don't skip. Don't try to save a buck on your body. It's not worth it. Spend a little bit more to feel very confident that your surgeon will take the best possible care of you. And if it takes traveling to Miami or even New York, where the other doctor, Dr. Neinstein, I mentioned him in my last video too, but he does those skin tightening treatments as well. I would go to him next time. I think he's incredible. So spend a little bit more. Maybe you have to stay in New York for a week or however long, but it's your body, and trust me, it's worth it. So I actually had cool sculpting done yesterday. I did my whole abdomen and then my outer thigh area. My stomach is so sore right now. Even my thigh is a little bit sore, but my stomach is so sore right now. So I'm gonna be doing a whole video on cool sculpting to fix liposuction. A lot of surgeons say that cool sculpting can actually warp your body worse and make liposuction that much harder, but I'm trying to fix my liposuction and see if cool sculpting can do that. So if you've had a botched liposuction, or if you're trying to weigh the benefit of lipo versus cool sculpting, I will be doing a whole nother video on that probably in 3 months or so, because that's when you're supposed to see the cool sculpting results. Thank you for following along on my liposuction journey. It's not really that fun to talk about, but I feel like I can help you and help so many people just by sharing my experience, then it is worth it, and I do feel good about that. I mean, I don't love sharing this is what my body looks like now on camera for the world to see, but if you guys have any questions, you can leave them here in the comments, shoot me an email, or find me on Instagram at Lauren Arrow Beauty. I will also be doing more updates on Instagram with my cool sculpting results. So if you want to see like quick little updates along the way over the next 3 months, check me out there. And if you like videos like this, or if you want to be notified when I do my cool sculpting video, subscribe to my channel and ring that little bell to turn on notifications. It will tell you every time I post a new video so you don't miss it. And yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a great day.